But soft. What lights through yonder window breaks. Oh, hey friends. I'm trying to work on Romeo's famous speech, but as you can see, it's not going very well. I really want to become a better actor, but I'm not quite sure how.
Have no fear, Juan, for it is I, the great and mighty Justin, here to help. In order to become a great actor, you must use the Meisner technique. The Meisner technique was first...
No, Juan. Don't listen to Justin. If you want to be a better actor, you simply must use the Hagen acting technique.
Wrong! That is incorrect, false, erroneous. To become a better actor, everybody knows that you must use the viewpoints acting.
Well, let me just be clear about this. Hagen
Okay, listen, I can get Hagen technique because that's just Meisner if you don't have it. But
you're using your imagination.
See, I can tell that you guys aren't very good at this because acting is listening. Acting is listening and you're not listening. You're not listening to me and what I have to say.
Wow, that was very intense. And I still have no idea what they were talking about. Do you? Well, fortunately for you and me, we're going to learn about all of these acting teachers and methods today with the Meisner method, the Hagen method, and the Viewpoints method. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to analyze the elements of each technique, participate in an acting exercise, and determine why and how each method benefits actors.
See, I can tell that you guys aren't very good at this because acting is listening. Acting is listening and you're not listening. You're not listening to me.
Let's see if there's a method to all of this madness. Come on.
Okay, there's listening. There's acting.
And we'll start the Meisner method by analyzing its three main elements. If someone were to ask you,
what exactly is acting?
You could answer in the words of Sanford Meisner, the founder of the Meisner acting technique. Acting is the ability to live truthfully under imaginary circumstances. Let's check out the three most important elements of Meisner's method: improvisation, emotional preparation, and repetition. Improvisation in acting is a spontaneous performance that is not scripted or planned beforehand. The Meisner method involves improvisation as a way for actors to stay flexible and make spontaneous choices based on their instincts. Actors should only make choices that are prompted by something else and are encouraged to follow their impulses. Now, in order to improvise as the character, the actor must first emotionally prepare. First, the actor researches the character's background to see how it influences their choices, emotions, thoughts, and more. Then, if the actor does not have similar experiences as the character, they should speak with people who do. Finally, the actor should connect to the character's emotions through their imagination or personal memories. By following these steps, the actor will move away from pretending to be the character and instead be reacting authentically as the character. Meisner's repetition exercises also makes the actor's responses authentic. Instead of using scripted lines, the actors face each other and just repeat the same words over and over. This sounds super weird, I know, but the goal is for the actors to get out of their comfort zone, become spontaneous, and completely focus on their scene partner. Let's see some examples of the repetition exercise. The first repetition exercise we'll try is simply based on observing your scene partner. The first actor says something that they notice about their scene partner. Preferably, it's something that is subjective rather than objective. For instance, we wouldn't want to say, "You're wearing a black shirt," because it's something that everybody can tell. It's an objective fact. Whereas something like, "You have kind eyes" is subjective. Once the fact is said, the other person repeats it exactly the same. You have kind eyes.
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 Next, the actor repeats it back, but instead uses I language. You have kind eyes.
I have kind eyes.
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 Then, the actors can start changing the line. However, this can only be used when prompted from the other actor. You can only change the line when you actually notice something. You seem nice.
I seem nice.
You seem nice.
I seem nice.
You seem nice.
You smiled.
I smiled.
You smiled.
I smiled.
You smiled.
I smiled.
You smiled.
Have nice teeth.
I have nice teeth.
You have nice teeth.
I have nice teeth.
You have nice teeth.
I have nice teeth.
You have nice teeth.
You are tickled.
I am tickled.
You are tickled.
I am tickled.
You are tickled.
I am tickled.
You are tickled.
I like your eyes.
You like my eyes.
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 Whoa! It's okay if the Meisner method seems super weird to you. Honestly, it can take a while to get used to. So, why use Meisner? Meisner training consists primarily of a series of exercises that build upon each other. These exercises are designed to hone the craft of acting. It's kind of like working out. You wouldn't just run a marathon without training, right? Well, the Meisner method is the training needed before acting in a show. Many actors become more skillful and confident through the benefits of the Meisner method. Those benefits include reacting truthfully and spontaneously rather than pre-planning everything, developing strong communication skills and chemistry with scene partners, and breaking out of the comfort zone to discover new possibilities and choices. Before we move on to the next acting method, a quick warning. If you ever decide to take a Meisner acting class, be aware that it can be quite intense. Meisner training is designed to break the actors from their filters and typical safety zones. Okay, now we can move on to the Hagen method with an analysis of its three main elements. The Hagen method emphasizes preparation, specificity, and transference. Weird words, I know, so let's unpack them. Similar to Meisner's method, Hagen's technique also demands a vast amount of preparation from the actor. Not only should the actor study and analyze the script for every detail about their character, they should also observe other people. People watching enables actors to observe human behavior that they can recall on stage. Uta Hagen, the founder of the Hagen technique, was a firm believer in rehearsal. Every 2-minute exercise should have at least an hour of rehearsal beforehand. Actors should reflect and self-evaluate their performance afterwards. During rehearsals, specificity is essential. In Hagen's method, actors are encouraged to interact with objects that would actually be in that environment. If it's possible, actors should bring or ask for those specific props during rehearsals. By using props, costume pieces, or even the architecture around them, actors can create authentic actions. Imagination is also necessary. Actors must picture in great detail what their surroundings would look like. And something that can help actors create that detail is transference. The transference technique involves the use of personal experiences and emotions to bring authenticity and depth to a character. Basically, the actor uses their own experiences as a reference point to understand and connect with their character. The actor then transfers their similar experiences and emotions into the scene. The goal of transference is to keep actors from overthinking their performances and instead behave and react authentically. Now, let's take a look at one of Hagen's famous acting exercises. This exercise is called the 3 entrances. The actor starts off stage. Before they enter the scene, they must answer 3 questions. What did I just do? What am I doing now? And what is the first thing I want? Let's take a look. So, what did you think were the answers to those three questions? If you said the actor was just exercising, then wiping away sweat, and finally wanting a drink of water, you're correct. You can probably tell from that exercise why many actors use the Hagen method. The Hagen acting technique is extremely practical. It can be used by anyone, from beginners to professionals. For example, one of the most famous parts of Hagen's method is the 6 steps to build a character, which you can easily put into practice when playing a character. We will cover that more in the PDF. But you won't have to wait for the PDF to find out the benefits of Hagen's method, because they are depth and authenticity, because actors are encouraged to connect with their characters. Independence, because actors can practice Hagen's exercises and self-observation and analysis skills on their own. And detailed performances, because Hagen's specificity creates more engaging and convincing characters. And let's see if we are as convinced with the Viewpoints method. The Viewpoints method trains actors to be more expressive and responsive. It emphasizes the importance of physical awareness and improvisation, and encourages actors to explore and experiment with the 9 different viewpoints in order to find new ways of expressing themselves and their characters. Now, at this point, you may be like, but what exactly are these viewpoints? That's a good question. There are 9 viewpoints split into 2 categories: the viewpoints of time and the viewpoints of space. The viewpoints of time include tempo, duration, kinesthetic response, and repetition. The viewpoints of space include shape, gesture, architecture, spatial relationship, and topography. Let's take a look at each of these viewpoints now. If you have an open space, feel free to try this out along with the actors. We're going to start by walking at a normal pace on what we call the grid, straight lines with 90-degree turns. We'll start with the viewpoints of time. Tempo, basically speed. In viewpoints, we want to aim for the strongest choices possible, so either super fast or super slow. Duration, how long your movement or sequence of movements continues. Once again, aim for strong choices, so very short or very long. Kinesthetic response, spontaneous reaction to things outside you. Remember, strong choices. Use the other viewpoints you learned in your kinesthetic response. Let's walk the grid and then react naturally to an outside stimulus. Repetition. Repetition can be either internal repetition, repeating your own movement like this, or external repetition, repeating someone else's movements like this. Now the viewpoints of space, starting with shape. The outline the body or bodies can make. Shapes can be either lines, curves, or a combination of lines and curves. Additionally, shape can be stationary, which means still, or moving. Finally, shape can be made with just the body working with the architecture to make the shape, or the body with another body in the space. Then gesture. Gesture can be behavioral, normal gesture we do every day, like this, or expressive gestures, which are abstract and can symbolize emotions, ideas, or more. Expressive gestures are conceptual. They should not be exact mimes of what the word is. Let's try making an expressive gesture for gratitude. Then architecture. How can you interact with your environment? The solid mass, such as the walls or floors. Texture, like the feel of fabric. The light, or the shadows. Then spatial relationship, how close or far away. This can be from one person to another, or from one person to the architecture. Finally, topography, the floor patterns that the actors can create. Many actors study viewpoints because compared to the Meisner and Hagen acting techniques, viewpoints is relatively new. It's also a uniquely American acting technique that is spreading across the globe. The viewpoints technique is becoming more and more popular because of its many benefits for actors, including physical awareness of their own body and other bodies in the space, creativity with expressive physicality and new ways to convey meaning and emotion in performances, and courage to embrace spontaneous, bold choices. I've had a great time creating with you as we learned about the Meisner method, the Hagen method, and the Viewpoints method. You are now able to analyze the elements of every technique, participate in an acting exercise, and determine why and how each method benefits actors. Don't forget to check out the practice questions and PDF for this lesson to prepare for our next class, Intro to Comedy. And while you do that, I'm going to get back to my monologue. I think instead of listening to what others say I must do, I'm going to do what works for me. That might mean pursuing a specific acting method or combining several different ones. Whatever works for me. Either way, I won't forget. In theater, like in life, the limit is your imagination.